Y'all know I like to let things sit and fester before really getting into it, because I know what it looks like to make a video on a topic that may seem very important right then and there, but if you give it a few weeks, I'll really be able to give my full thoughts as best as I can. So I don't know when I'm recording this, but Lil Wayne, WEEZY F Baby, dropped an album, specifically the Carter 6. You'd think this was great, you know, I think off the top of my head, the last Carter was 2017? No, 2018, yeah. And I only remember because that was the same year, never mind. But yeah, that was the last Carter, and let me tell y'all something, before I went and listened to this new one, I went and listened to the other one, just so I could have a good, you know, like, drawback to, you know, kind of compare around. I unfortunately did not realize how different these two albums were going to be. Now, a 7-year difference, yeah, I would expect it to be very different, but this is like a whole different kind of ballgame. So the night after it dropped, I went on Twitter, and it wasn't to like see the reviews of it or anything. I was just doing my normal doom scrolling, and I kept seeing tweets about it. They talking about Lil Wash now, but I'm confused because he been washed. That's just unnecessary. Here's one with the girl with the crazy ass, and bro said got all that Carter 6 back there. Stayed up for this Carter 6, and it's a mid. So I'm like, alright, let me go listen for myself, bro. It can't be that bad, right? Because what I was planning on doing, I was actually gonna do like a little live reaction type shit, because I actually really like Wayne, you know, and I'm like, it can't be that bad, right? It's confusing me because like he's spazzing, but what is this beat? Now I promise you, this was not a fake reaction. I was genuinely appalled by what I was hearing, and it's funny because this very well could come off as a troll. I hate that I can't actually play you the song that I was listening to, but it was something. Now the intro track, Welcome to the Carter, really had me thinking I had a classic in my ears. Then it just progressed, but not in the positive way. I guess you could say it regressed. It was like, the further in I got, the worse it got. Now y'all gotta remember something real quick. I'm old, like conscious during a milli old. So I was a bit biased listening to this album. Come on, bro, it's Wayne. So I got to the song Bills, and I was like, oh nah, it can't be that bad, but yeah, it definitely fucking gets there. No, I can't sit up and break down this entire album because I've got to kind of explain why me personally, I feel like this is my least liked work by Wayne of all time. And I don't even think it's because Wayne is ass. No, like for me personally, it was the features and these weak ass beats, bro. I am so sorry because every time I say I don't like something, my supporters get on my dick. But I don't like Big X the Plug's music. So I really did not want to hear bro anywhere near this. Unfortunately, I did though. Stupid fat bastard in my ear talking about flip-flops and the tip top or whatever bullshit he was saying. I ain't trying to hear that shit, bro, like genuinely. And the beat on that song sounded like something the Baby or Megan Thee Stallion would have rapped on in like 2019. I'm so serious, go listen to it. And I think that that's a lot of people's complaints. It's the same as mine, that it's not that Wayne, you know, did a bad job. There's a reason why you walk up to random people, you know, black, white, they're probably gonna say Wayne is in their top 3. He did his thing. It's just these fucking beats, they're a literal train wreck. Like, I'm personally not cutting on a single song from this entire album ever again. And I'm not joking, you actually couldn't pay me to willingly listen to that project ever again. This is random, but like, you want to know why Andre 3000 is still regarded as a legend and why he's so highly respected, which don't get me wrong, Wayne is too. But the difference between these two is that there are no stains on Andre 3000's legacy. Like, really, if there are, please comment them because I don't know them. But Wayne's earliest taste of backlash was probably when he dropped what was the rock shit, Rebirth, which if you go back and listen to it now, it wasn't that horrendous, but for the time being, you know, when it came out, I get why people hated it. But yeah, definitely didn't like that album. It's not like everyone has always liked everything Wayne has done though, but this, yeah, I don't know, man. Now, I will say, and maybe some of you won't agree with me, but I actually like the song with him and his son, Lil Navi, or Novi, however you say his name. But I genuinely enjoyed that song. I like the Island Holiday joint. Like, I actually like that song, but that's about as far as I can go with actually enjoying this and being positive. The real problem is that I think I checked out of Lil Wayne a very long time ago. Let me explain though. So basically, y'all, I haven't really been into Lil Wayne since I was like a lot younger. My recurrent viewers know by now that like, I've been around for a while. You know, I'm a the block is hot kind of guy, Carter 2 kind of guy. So hearing this is just, it's not doing it for me, bro. Because like I said earlier, it's not a terrible performance from Wayne, bro. It's more so that the beats were underwhelming and a lot of the lyrics were just the same old, you know, same old Wayne. But it's weird because that's what we know him for, and that's why he's most people's favorite rapper of all time, if we're being real. Not mine though. Y'all be safe. I had high hopes after hearing Welcome to the Carter, but like I said, it just progressively got worse after that. And I was really hoping he was going to go off on this album, especially with all the controversy surrounding the Super Bowl and all that, but he clearly just showed us why he needs to put down the pen, which is what I really want to get into. Wayne is 42 years old, and there really isn't an age to rap into a mic, but I'm personally not trying to hear this nigga talking about some damn I Saint Laurent this and I Margiela that. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? Like, no. Wayne has been rapping for about 31 years, and that is not an exaggeration. For God's sake, look it up, bro. There is only so many bars and ways you can allude to literally anything at this point when you have been rapping for that long. Listen, y'all, I'm not 31. I'm not that old, but this dude has been rapping longer than I've been alive. That's insane. Now, am I saying that he needs to retire because this album was ass? No. I'm saying he needs to retire because this album is very unmemorable, which in my opinion is worse than it being ass. It's just there, and it'll always be there because it's Wayne. That's a big ass name. Ooh. Point being, bro, is that this is all subjective and a matter of personal opinion. Because in all actuality, like, I can go back on my word right now and be like, maybe he shouldn't retire. I mean, he probably is mad exhausted after, you know, rapping for that long, and he has problems with his health and stuff, but it's just like, you got Nas, who I think is way older than Wayne, and he still drops what he drops. Like, I don't know. The idea that like somebody would have to retire at a certain age, I don't think that makes a lot of sense. Like, because there's definitely other genres of music where artists be going until they're like 60s and you know, early 70s. Like, these niggas keep going. And on top of that, whether or not I think, you know, he should retire, even though I really don't want him to, he said himself at one point that he can't even retire until he runs out of ideas. And judging from the fact that he just dropped an album, we're clearly not there yet. Like, so he still has this thing going on, man. And then y'all know how some of these big artists be. They be like, oh, I'm gonna retire when I'm like 35. But it's like, no, they're still going. You got Drake still going, Nas still going. Like, they've made millions upon millions of dollars off of this shit, bro. Like, this is their lives. They're probably not just gonna stop. For as long as they can speak into a mic, I doubt that they're just gonna, stop rapping, like, for whatever reason. I mean, what would be the point, you know? Did I like the album? No. Definitely not revisiting it for literally any reason. Guess what I do revisit, though? 6 foot, 7 foot, like, excuse my charisma, vodka with a spritz. Like, come on, bro. We cannot deny that this man was a GOAT. The early fashion sense that niggas is replicating like now, crazy verses that almost everyone knows, including white people. I mean, he solidified. He didn't need to make this. But to some degree, I feel like maybe he did need to make this album, like as a send-off, you know? I don't know. I'm so in between because one half of me is like, damn, I love Wayne. Like, I never want to see him retire or whatever. Like, I've been listening to him since I was a literal child, like I said. But then the other half is just like, like I said, it's not that he is bad. I keep saying that. It's just that I feel like this project was just really not great. I feel like it shouldn't have been a thing. If it was going to be a thing, I feel like a little bit more work should have been put into it, as far as like just him rapping by himself. Like, I don't mind hearing that at all, like, even in 2025. But like, songs with the Big X the Plug, I ain't trying to hear that fat nigga, bro. Like, and I know he's not the only feature. I just keep referring to him because he sucks so bad. But like, I don't know. I feel like maybe this album would have been better if it was just him by himself. Because every time like a certain feature would come on, my eyes would just instantly start rolling, bro, because I'm like, I'm not trying to hear this nigga. I'm trying to hear Wayne. I don't want to hear this. I don't know, but if he's not done, then I personally just feel like this album shouldn't exist. That's my point. Like, it's not that Wayne is ass. Like, I don't know. I guess I'm just rambling at this point. I just felt like talking about this because it's getting really mixed reviews. And, you know, one wall is saying, oh, it's Wayne, we love Wayne. But I feel like the side of people going like, oh, no, this isn't bad at all. We love this project. Like, they're just biased, bro. Like, it's like, of course you're gonna act like this is like some amazing work. You love Wayne. Like, you're gonna be biased. But they're just delusional about the fact that this is a very forgettable album, bro. Like, I'm not ever listening to this again, you know? And then the other side is like, oh, like this shit is trash. This is probably the worst Carter that he's ever come out with. And honestly, I agree. Like I said earlier, man, I don't think this album should exist, but I'm UVXCX. Later.
Yeah, play me on the speakers, make that bass bump. Right. Yeah, play me on the speakers, make that. I'm not like y'all. Watch my